Yo, what is good, everybody? It is KJ. I am back with week 6 of the PDL. The team that I am facing is very, very scary. They've got Palafin, they've got Snow with Abomasnow and Titan, they've got Toxapex, they've got Espeon, Tauros, Paldea, Fire, Bisharp, Mudsdale, Zoroark, Ampharos, and Lycanroc Midnight. So, as you can see, those are the mons I think they're going to bring on the bottom. However, I could see Espeon coming. I could see Tauros, Paldea, Fire coming. And I could also see Zoroark coming. So, very, very scary. And honestly, I'm terrified of this matchup. The combination of Titan within the snow, which typically on its own is not that big of a deal. But then you also have something like Palafin, which... this thing is an absolute demon. Palafin being able to, once it's in hero form, fire off 60 base power priority jet punches, which is basically, it's Aqua Jet, but better. And having a 160 base attack is just absolutely absurd. Plus it gets coverage with things like CC, so it's really scary. It is really, really scary. And it is something to note that the Titan is Tera fighting. Tera Ice and Tera fighting. So I'm a bit worried about this matchup. I don't feel good about this. I did my best to put together a team that I thought made sense, and so we'll go through it. So we do first have Garganacl. We are Covert Cloak to avoid any potential flinches from the Bisharp, just in case with Iron Head. The plan is to Tera with this thing immediately. So we're actually going to lead with this, and it is a curse set, so we are very physically defensive. We are curse, we have Salt Cure to whittle things down, and we have Terra Blast to hit things hard, and then we do have Recover as well. So the idea is, if Palafin is his lead, then we get to just curse. We get to curse. Honestly, regardless of what the lead is, I think we just curse. It'll really depend, but we'll see what happens. But Palafin lead, because he's going to try to get Palafin into hero mode. So I'm hoping to see Palafin lead so that he goes with a flip turn. We get to curse up. Regardless of what comes in, we're going to be at +1 attack and defense, and we'll be able to take pretty much any hit. And if Bisharp is what comes in, we just Salt Cure, and we make sure that it's taking 25% chip, and then on the following Iron Head, we can recover on that. We don't flinch, and just like that, we start to whittle away Bisharp, and we just recover up, and eventually we end up in a good spot, barring any crits. So I'm really excited about Garganacl. I think it's gonna actually be pretty big in this matchup. But I'll keep going. So next we have Cyclizar, and the Cyclizar this week honestly is sort of utility. So we have Dragon Tail because you'll see later on getting spikes up is actually pretty important against this team. You can see this team does not have any reliable removal, and the only thing that they have really to deter it is Magic Bounce with Espeon, and I don't know if Espeon comes to this game. So if they bring Espeon, that's fine. But yeah, they also don't have a spin blocker, so this is nice. We can spin pretty freely with Cyclizar. We are AV, so we do take a lot of those AV attacks as well. And yeah, I think if Espeon comes, the scariest Espeon, in my opinion, was Specs, but this thing takes some hits from Specs, so I'm happy. And U-turn will hit this thing. We'll hit that thing pretty hard. So we'll keep going. Next, we have the Heavy Duty Boots Iron Bundle. And so the idea here is we can taunt, we can flip turn out, we can taunt a couple of different things. We can flip turn out on something if we're afraid of whatever. I think one of the biggest things is being able to taunt the potential Abomasnow. That is pretty big. So that's pretty important in my opinion. And that's one of those things with Abomasnow and the Garganacl. If Abomasnow is his lead to try to get up Aurora Veil, then I need to make sure I play around that well. I will say having Hail will still be very nice because that boosts Iron Bundle's defenses. But I still want to make sure that I play around Veil well if need be. So that's a little scary. Next, we have what I consider the win condition, and big shout out to Shaded and Rick. I showed them my prep, and Rick kind of called out that Leaf Blade does a good amount. Originally I had Night Slash, and then Shaded actually mentioned, because I was going to be Expert Belt, and he was like, dude, if you go with Scope Lens, then you have 2 moves that are going to be 50% chance to crit. And I was like, you know what? With the sharpness boost, 50% chance to crit, I'll take it. So if this thing gets the +2, it starts erasing Mons on my opponent's team. So I do need to be careful of a potential Zoroark if I'm clicking Psycho Cut. But honestly, a lot of this team dies to the combination of Psycho Cut, Sacred Sword. Leaf Blade is there primarily for the Mudsdale, so we'll see what happens. But I think Gallade could be a Mon that gets a lot of kills this week. So fingers crossed. All right, so next we have the Sandy Shocks, and for this Sandy Shocks, I actually am Pasho Berry to make sure that I live a Jet Punch. We are Thunderbolt. We are Volt Switch just in case we need to Volt out on things. We are Earth Power. And getting a layer of spikes, or even 2 layers of spikes up, is very important here. So if I can, honestly, if I end up getting 1 attack off and getting a layer of spikes up, I take this as a win. Like, Sandy Shocks is winning if that happens. So we'll see what happens. And then the last Mon is Boots, Cinderace, and so this is a fairly standard bulk up set. So we are bulk up, we are Libero, obviously. We have HJK to make sure when we do bulk up, we have Stab Fighting to hit things with. Zen Headbutt is basically just for the Toxapex, which is unfortunate because I really want to fit Court Change on here, but I can't. So if we lose to Veil, that's on me. But in general, I think Cinderace is going to be doing its best. And yeah, again, we'll have a way to be able to hit the Toxapex with Zen Headbutt. I don't know anything about this player, so this should be really interesting. And yeah, I have very little faith in this build just because Palafin is very difficult for me. My hope is that I don't see Abomasnow. If I don't see Abomasnow, I'm actually feeling pretty good. Like, if Espeon comes instead of Abomasnow, I'd be feeling pretty good. I do think Tauros Paldea has a fair shot of coming. Like, if Mudsdale doesn't come, I expect Tauros Paldea, because I think Max Defense Tauros Paldea also handles some of my Mons pretty well. But we'll see what happens. I'll cut back to things when we are in the game. But yo, I appreciate y'all, and hopefully y'all enjoy the game. So let's do this. All right, so we are back. I'm hella nervous for this, I'm not even gonna lie. Okay, we see Ampharos. Whoa, that's not the team I expected. Okay, so no Mudsdale and no Abomasnow. Okay, so instead we get Ampharos. I was not expecting Ampharos. That makes me feel a little bit better. Ampharos and Tauros instead of Mudsdale. I think we got the rest of the team. Okay, so Tauros put at fire. Okay, cool. They also just DM'd me, where's Gambit? Okay, so we go guard here immediately. I have to check because I am paranoid. It is Tera. Okay, cool. Whew. Okay, so we're good. All right, so good luck. Have fun to my opponent. I'm guessing they brought Tauros because of Iron Gambit. Or King Gambit, rather. Toxapex. Okay. This is actually better than I could have hoped for, I think. We curse here. We curse on this every day. Every day of the week. They probably want to set T-Spikes up. They either want to set T-Spikes up or they want to try to Toxic us, but we're Purifying Body. So that's pretty clutch. I love the gym leader music in this. Okay. So we are Terraing here. I like this. I like this a lot, actually. We get a couple curses up, and then this is going to be a huge problem for them. If they have Haze, that'll be a little annoying. Yeah, let them get T-Spiked up. That's cool. We'll see if they have Haze. But we curse up. I want to say twice, but I don't want to get greedy. That's the thing. I don't want to get greedy here. If they have Haze, that'll be unfortunate. That's the one thing that scares me about this, is that it could have Haze. If this has Haze, we Salt Cure, and then we go into Cyclozar. But I think overall, Curse Garg is a big problem for them. So I do think leading it here was actually really, really solid. And yeah, it's a Titan. Okay, we have 2 curses off. This is beautiful. This is actually the ping. Oh, okay, cool. I'm okay with this. We have 2 curses off here, so this is actually incredible. We Salt Cure this. If it SDs, okay, Iron Head, that's fine. Let's do nothing. Perfect. Okay. So Salt Cure is gonna do a lot to this. And I think we should recover here. We can't be flinched, so yeah, we're at +2. We now take on anything Palafin wants to try to do. And like anything that comes in is getting like, after this, I imagine they switch out here, right? After this, we're just gonna be Salt Curing away. That is the plan. So we'll see what happens. We are also +2, so like that is really nice too. Okay, we get to recover here. I'm guessing this is Palafin. Oh, okay, so Taurus. Okay, Taurus Paldea comes in. Intimidate, that's smart. They're probably gonna Intimidate cycle us. We're still at +2 defense. I'm gonna Salt Cure and then curse up on this thing. Intimidate cycling is probably the right call for them. Just to get us out of... Yeah, I think Intimidate cycling is probably the move for them. Huh. Okay, we Salt Cure here. And then after that, we just... we're gonna curse up here. I think that's always the play, right? The play is always Salt Cure stuff and then curse. Yep. So we're now at +3 defense. I feel bad. They just said I can't kill it. In all caps and DMs. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Toxic. It can't be Tera. It can't. Purifying Salt. Oh my goodness. This thing is a freaking demon. Yo, Garganacl, I love this thing. I love this thing so much. I'm a big Garganacl fan. We just curse here. Whatever comes in. I'm just trying to make sure, like... Oh, yo, Shiny Empress is dope. Shiny Empress is freaking awesome. I love Shiny Empress here. We're at +2 and +4. I don't know what they're gonna try to do here. We're +2 attack and +4 defense. This is the only other special attacker they have. Okay. So we Salt Cure, and then we recover. We recover because that actually did a decent amount of damage. Yeah, that did way more than I would have liked it to do. Recover. We are Covert Cloak, so we can't be parried by Discharge, which is nice. This is so, like, honestly, I mean, Garg, whew, that is so scary. It is so scary that, like, I need to stay out of crit range. That's basically it. I need to just make sure I stay out of crit range. Which I think we are out of crit range here, yeah. But yeah, I looked at this matchup and I knew Tera Garg, or Curse Tera Garg did really well. Especially with no Espeon. No Espeon here really makes this thing problematic for them. There's the crit. Whew, okay. I'm so glad that we did that. I'm so glad. Like, we have to just kind of stall out the possibility of crit. And I feel bad doing this. I feel really bad doing this. But honestly, it's the case that everything else doesn't kill us. This is the only thing that is, like, a big problem. I think 2 more will do it. I'm trying to think. What comes in after this? Tauros? We want to be at full. Nothing actually kills us, though. I think we still recover. Just in case there's a crit. Yeah. Because he's crit once, so... I feel bad doing this, but this is my way to deal with Ampharos. And then everything else, this thing is just everything else is just, yeah. And now when things start coming in, I can just start firing off Salt Cures. Like, we're at +2, we're +2 attack, we're at +4 defense. So... I do feel bad. I feel bad that this is kind of the... Like, I looked at this and I was like, Garg can just win. That was one of the first things that I saw. And it's looking like it might. Barring any crits, because obviously that can happen. But, like, we are right now at +2, +4. +2 attack, +4 defense. And, like... his special attacker is gone. Actually, I should take note of that too. Guard. So, Guard. Okay. We Salt Cure this. I'm surprised. Oh, wow. That was also surprising. Because that's going to make them take damage. Yeah, so they should preserve the Intimidate, in my opinion. They should preserve the Intimidate. We're still out of any range of... We're out of crit range, even if they Flare Blitz here. I should have probably recovered. Because Flare Blitz... I didn't see how much damage Flare Blitz did for them. But I would guess that it would probably only do, like... If it did 42 to us, they're not taking a lot of damage to Flare Blitz. I think they should preserve the Intimidate. I do think preserving the Intimidate makes sense. Okay, Stone Edge. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, okay. So Guard gets another kill. Death. Okay. I wonder what they bring in here. I wonder what comes in now. Because now... Superfish. Okay. And that is the Palafin. We just Salt Cure. We just Salt Cure on whatever is switching in. Whatever is switching in doesn't want to take it. And we're in a good spot because, like, he has to flip turn here, right? Like, this thing, I think this thing gets flip turn. So this flip turns out or hard switches out, but probably flip turns to get some more chip. Oh, okay. You just hard switch. That's fine. Bisharp comes in. Yep. Okay. So we Salt Cure here, and then on this, we just recover. Because if it crits, this could do a decent amount. But we'll see. Okay, that's not good enough time. We recover here, and then I think we curse up another time. I think nothing this thing does to us kills us, and this is getting Salt Cured, so we just curse again. Yeah, low kick's not doing anything. So Guard, 3 kills. Death. I feel really bad. I keep saying that, but this was the best set for this game. This was the best Garganacl set, especially with how much pressure Palafin put on. This was just the best Garganacl set. Yeah, that's really it. I'm surprised no Aurora Veil. I'm really surprised about that. I thought that Abomasnow would be coming. I really did. But hey, we'll see what happens. We shall see what happens here. As long as there's no, again, there was a crit with the Emperor's, but the one thing is I am in a relatively, like, I'm in a spot where even with a crit, I could live it. I could live hits from Palafin. Yeah, I'm just talking to my opponent. Apologizing because this set, I mean, losing like this is crappy. I get that. However, like I said, I looked at this set and I was like, Garganacl does so well. So, yeah, because I know, I mean, yeah, and they said, and they're right, they said the one time I don't bring Espeon, which, yeah, they're not wrong. Espeon was a pretty solid bring. This isn't a contact move, right? I don't get poisoned, right? Okay, I didn't think so. I was like, Salt Cure's not whatchamacallit. Yeah, I was definitely worried about Specs Espeon. Okay, so there it is. There is the big scary fish. And honestly, Salt Cure, just using Salt Cure does a ton. And then Salt Curing it does a ton as well. So, yeah, we Salt Cure this again. It wave crashes. Even with a crit, we live that. Even if it was banded. So, yeah. All right, Palafin is down. Okay, so Salt Cure gets the kill. And yeah, now we can Tera Blast the Tera fighting to Titan. Which I don't even know what yeah, we Tera Blast this. So yeah, if it Tera is, yeah, Tera is definitely. Yeah, I think, dude, this is, so I was talking about in the team builder, Palafin should not be lethal, right? But also, Garganacl should not be able to Tera. This thing is so damn good. Wow, even through the crit, that did not do a ton. Yeah. Even with the crit, that did not do a whole lot. Oh wow, okay. And they're lefties? Okay, yep. We just Tera Blast again, and then we Salt Cure the Toxapex later. So, Garganacl is gonna get a nice 6. I needed that, especially after last week, I will say. After last week, I definitely needed that. This thing, yeah. Garganacl is just so good. And so just to kind of explain to anybody that is not, anyone that's not familiar, so the reason why I went with this build, right, is because I saw Double Water and Bisharp, which was all very threatening. Salt Cure, which is Garganacl, the Garganacl line's signature move, excuse me. It does damage, and then I think over 5 turns, it does a percentage of damage to the Pokemon that used it, or the Pokemon that got hit by it, but it's 25%. I think I have to double check. Okay, it's 25% to Water and Steel types because it's Salt Curing them. So that was kind of the theory here, is that like the only things I really needed the Tera Blast for was the Cetitan, really. The Cetitan, when it Terra'd to Tera Fighting, that's what I would need the Tera Blast for. And then otherwise, I'd be able to Curse Up, and we'd be in a good spot. So I'm surprised. Yeah, I think the one thing that could have gotten them out of this was if they had Haze Toxapex. Haze Toxapex would have put this plan in jeopardy, but hey, it worked. I talked this up and I was like, yo, Curse Guard is great here. And it did all of the work. So Garganacl is going to pick up the 6 kills. We're going to pick up a 6-0. And that is going to do it for week 6. Wow, 6-0, week 6. Hey, I'll take it. That puts us at 5-1 on the season. I think we're 5-1 now, plus 11, I think. But yo, thank you everybody for watching. If you like the content, please hit the like, hit that thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Week 7, we're going to be playing our homie Killawaboom. It's the first time we've been able to play. This man has Chen Pao. I'm not looking forward to facing Chen Pao. It's going to suck. But we'll see what happens. This might have just put us in a pretty good, comfortable spot for playoffs. But anyway, I'll catch y'all. Take it easy, everybody.